kid, he was 17. He's a really bright kid. He scored in the top 25% for SATs for the entire nation. He's super smart, but he has long braids, and he wears his hair French braided to the back. Turns out he's a bright future scholar. He's one of the Avenue Scholars for Building Bright Futures. Totally not a gang member, but they kind of put him in that category. He was detained at the Douglas County Youth Center for about 4 months with no crime, nothing. And the judge detained him saying it was for his own protection, which was weird to me that they could do that. He was detained with no charges, no anything. But in North Omaha, in certain areas, it's anywhere between 18 to 22% unemployment rate for the people in the community. So that's a big problem with all the families in that area, lack of opportunity, no money coming in, no entrepreneurship opportunities to sell drugs or sell other things. And that's just kind of what they do. Unemployment plays a big role in crime and things that happen in the city. And I always talk about like the gang issue. A lot of times people, that's actually labeled as a gang crime. Even though it's really domestic violence, it's not really a gang crime. That's labeled as a gang crime, and that's how they do the statistics for the city. So there's a problem there, and that's why you see a lot of disparities with gang crime in North Omaha as opposed to other areas throughout the city. Not in North Omaha. It's not organized. It's not that. I mean, they just don't have, the gangs in North Omaha, they really don't have their stuff together. You have some gangs in South Omaha who are real well organized. They have a hierarchy, and they actually make a lot of money based off of some of the criminal activity that they do. North Omaha, you just have a bunch of young, disillusioned idiots running around pretending that they're hardcore criminals and they're trying to make a living, so they're doing little petty crimes.
When you're talking about racial profiling policy, that's really what it comes down to, is there actual behavior on the part of a particular person, not just what you think they might. Yeah.
So you're starting to see, I'm starting to see on the other end where these guys don't have the skills to get jobs, so they're coming out robbing people and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
But theoretically, wouldn't the fact that when the older members come out and the younger members are like, no, you don't run anything, wouldn't it be easier for the older ones to go with that lifestyle?
Let's talk about that. You know what? Poverty, okay? Why is there poverty? Why are they coming home to an area has a relatively high rate of poverty?
There are no jobs in the
Yes, there are no jobs. I mean, even if this dude comes back and he's got all the skills in the world and no stigma. You guys will be facing this. You know who's going to know that feeling? You, when you graduate.
The social capital or the nepotism that comes with that to get placed in a position that can give you a living wage, it's not going to happen.
A reminder, when she talks about social capital, to put it in really simple terms, it's who you know. And if most everybody you know is out of work, they can't help you get a job.
So you have a lot of these kids who've never been taught the basic skills of how to behave, and you would think it's just something that's of the norm. You would think that they would just know how to go into a job and how to, office etiquette, they would know all that. But you literally have to teach kids basic life skills on how to interact with other people. In 2008, when the JOBS program started, we had 50 kids fired the first day. And we were like, what the hell is going on? How do you get fired the first day? The first day you're usually learning, you're signing paperwork, I'm so-and-so, show me the ropes. 50 people fired on the first day. And it was because simple things, like they had a supervisor, and the supervisor said, okay, your job is to take the trash out. So I need you to take this trash out before 2 o'clock. And if they didn't feel like doing it, they wouldn't do it. 2 o'clock rolled around and they addressed the issue. Hey, you didn't take the trash out, you were supposed to. These kids would fly off the handle because they immediately resorted to anger and violence.